Another thing, we actually got it updates on the whole thing of what we talked about last time or so, the Gachikawa, or whatever it's called. I don't know. It's basically the author who left Twitter, and then also, I think her friend also left Twitter. I think because he was also getting bullied or so because of, like, like I said specifically, the Japanese people are not used to these kinds of things, so they usually quit in general. Which and they also try to apologize and everything. They really shouldn't apologize to these people because, number one, these people are just there to do malicious stuff on Twitter. They like to take other people's artwork and like to, like, what is it? Not whitewash, blackwash, I guess. Basically blackwash. Uh characters from, like, actual shows or, like, from the artists themselves, and like to blackwash them and just literally just switch their ethnicity for no apparent reason, even though they have zero talent as well. Like, the people who actually straight up do that are actually, like, legit actual racist. Like, no joke. Like, there's no buts, if, or ands about it. I'm curious to see what update we have now.
Yesterday, I covered how the Gachiakuta mangaka Kei Arana was harassed by Twitter police that were offended at her reposting this meme video where this guy's cosplaying, not even really cosplaying, no, he's doing a bit. He's doing a bit with the hair being Jabber from Gachiakuta because he's got dreads. So he's like memeing around with leaks with green onions, very simple thing, nothing offensive here at all. Unless you're a terminally online Twitter cop, then yeah, then I guess you're offended at this. And so the Twitter police called her racist for reposting that silly meme video. Wow, how offensive. And so Kay eventually deleted her entire Twitter account over this incident and the harassment that she was dealing with. But before doing that, she also issued this apology to the Twitter police, which
Like I said specifically, she shouldn't have not apologized because there's no point of you apologizing to these kinds of people. You're just never going to appease them at all. Like, literally. No matter what you say, nothing is going to change.
This is a quote from a dance video that recreates the scene by using hair that resembles a leak. I apologize if it caused offense. I will remove the quote. I shared the dance because I found it entertaining and I had no intention of making fun of the culture. And this is not the first time that people associated with Gachiakuta have received backlash and accusations of racism from Western Twitter police. As even months ago, back in January, the official stage play for Gachiakuta, including Kei Arana, came under fire for not hiring people of African descent to play some of these characters from Gachiakuta. And the stage plays.
Are we serious? Oh my god.
Response was that it was going to be very difficult, and it was very difficult for them to find people in Japan that are of African descent that look the part for the specific characters they need to play, speak Japanese, and would even be willing to partake in this anyways. And so the production crew ended up going forward with casting Japanese people for these roles. You can see how that ended up right here. But the Western couch activists then responded by accusing the entire production team of doing blackface. So this was apparently...
Oh my god. You were saying they're doing black... Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here, dude. This is some... Oh my god. This is so fucking dumb.
Arana's response back then reads, I asked in advance if the brown-skinned characters in the stage adaptation could be played by an African-American stage actor who could speak Japanese. The response I received was that there are very few African Americans in Japan who can speak Japanese and act in a stage production based on a manga. I'm sure there are if you look hard enough, but I think they left it to someone who is well versed in acting, Arana's interpretation. Even though there are many people who can speak Japanese, I think it takes a different skill set to play an existing character on stage.
Well, yeah, of course it does.
I've never been involved in a stage production before, so I don't know the details. But I believe the selected performers have been working hard to perform despite the pressure and responsibility they have felt. In Gachiakuta, the only characters that clearly represent a certain nationality, Japanese, American, etc., are the Nijiku family. But if there is a future where Gachiakuta is performed overseas, I think the Nijiku family could be played by someone from another country. We certainly have no intention of insulting anyone, so if you're going to see the show, please enjoy it. But nevertheless, there were still some people upset by all of this. It wasn't good enough. Which takes us back to the current controversy where they are upset at Kei Arana for reposting this meme video. Yes, we do have an update on this.
Are we serious?
We previously talked about Hideyoshi Ando, the Gachiakuta graffiti artist, talking about probably deleting his Twitter account after seeing what happened to Kei Arana. And it turns out the update is, yeah, he has indeed.
So Americans can cast black person as Helen of Troy. They're offended when a Japanese artist had a Japanese producer cast a Japanese person for a Japanese movie. Gotta be hypocrisy. Welcome to the Western side, you know. Welcome to the Western side. Nothing really changes around here. These people are so stupid, I swear to God.
Went through with that. He has deactivated, he's deleted his Twitter profile. Crazy timing too. Apparently yesterday was dude's birthday. So right at the middle of his birthday, all this stuff was also going down. This leading to top comments like, man, all you Western fan base in the anime community are a bunch of freaking jerks. First the creator of Gachiakuta, and now the graffiti artist. I hate people in the anime community sometimes, make me sick to my freaking stomach of what the anime community truly was. But like I said yesterday, this isn't the anime community. This is a subset of a subset. This is literally the leftist preachy crowd, the modern audience virtue signaling crowd,
it's
the
tourist basically
that invade spaces only to cause problems and LARP as if they're...
It's the LARPers, you know what he said specifically, and the tourists that came into the medium and they think they know everything.
They're fans when they really aren't. And they do this because the only thing they really care about, again, like I said yesterday, is whining about things on social media. So they use anime as their vehicle of finding things to complain
about. You already know my stance. I'm not going to repeat it again. I don't want to repeat it again.
They LARP as fans and then try to gaslight people on the internet with their ridiculous, nonsensical complaints. Such as, hey, that guy putting leaks in his hair is racist because the character has dreads. You know, like, get a life, dude. I mean, seriously, could you imagine being that whiny and then taking it even further? Not only are you like that, but then you think it's like a dub to go on social media and whine like that? Hey, I'm gonna make myself look like an exceptional moron. That's such a dub. Yeah, dude. Real dub, real winner right there. And like I said yesterday, it is too bad that Kay apologized to these people. Just ignore them. Focus on your art, your work, and just ignore.
You're the typical loudmouth loser on the internet. You're about 10 years too early to be threatening me. You piece of trash. I am no longer evolved, so don't ask me for shit about Tekken. Just sit there watching tournaments while your mommy holds you, you little shit. Damn! Holy shit, Harada. God damn, dude. You already know my opinion about gatekeeping, to be honest.
For these weirdos. Alternatively, take an approach
I've already
Harada,
talked about it so many
which
times.
You can see right here. He responded to some annoying Westerner. And I always love, by the way, quick side note, the Twitter cops are like, dude, you're from the West too. Yeah, so what? That doesn't mean I can't point out other Westerners who are acting annoying or weird. Like, it's a non-argument. You're from the West too. Yeah, and...
Good morning, Pharaoh.
Nevertheless, like I was saying, Harada calls this annoying Westerner out and just ruthlessly and hilariously goes off on the dude. The guy even ends up deleting his tweet. You also see an approach like this from the creator of Bayonetta, the iconic legend Hideki Kamiya. He does something similar. He'll call these people right out. And it's always hilarious. So those seem like the two best options. Either
yeah,
just
they need to get used to it, to call these people out and everything like that, or just completely just ignore them. You know, that's what they need to do. Like I know for a fact they're not used to these kinds of weird like rhetorics and violence or so, the way how the Western is. But eventually, hopefully, soon in the future, they can adapt and evolve and be like, they don't have to apologize to these people, because we all know for a fact that these people are not, you know, the people you should be catering about. They're not the true fan base.
Ignore these people, focus on your work, never apologize to them, or take the Harada / Kamiya approach and just call them out. You know, either one seems to work better than apologizing, because apologizing, they don't actually care.
No.
They get emboldened. You apologize to them, they're going to come back even worse next time.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they can bully you.
Yep.
And also because they get traction on social media from bullying you, which again goes back to my point earlier about this being what they really care about. They just care about trying to like whine about things on social media, which again, you only give them
everyone
more
has
fuel
a breaking point at
to
the end of the
do
day.
if you apologize to them. By the way, we actually have a screenshot of what Harada was responding to. Check this out. This person was like threatening him. Wow, dude, you're so tough making threats on Twitter.
If this isn't a joke, you better start living like it's your last week, little man. Okay, this guy over here. Listen to this guy over here.
.com. Oh my gosh. And then he freaking deleted it, like instantly folded as soon as Harada called him out. So again, you love to see it. Good job. And now all of this stuff combined has people speculating that representation in anime is going to be even less now. People are going to see people being mangakas, creators.
Good. Because they're literally ruining it for everyone else. There should be less representation. Because if they want to feel so entitled, then we'll just take it away from them. Period. You know?
In Japan, artists, etc., they're going to see what just happened to Kei Arana and what's been happening to her as they look into all this stuff and all the context now. It's becoming pretty big news, especially with both Kei and her graffiti artist leaving Twitter and talking about this stuff. And they're going to think, why even bother going out of their way to include representation for these people that always demand representation when at some point in time they're going to somehow find something to whine about and complain about anyways. They're going to be mad about something, and then they're going to harass said Japanese creatives anyways. Unless they're quite literally walking on eggshells around them. And then even then, they'll still find something to whine about because, like I've said many times, that's really what it's all about for these people. They just want to whine on social media. Another case in point right here. His account says, reality is, if you're going to have black characters and black culture in your creation, you're going to attract black fans, and you need to learn how to treat those fans and black people in general with respect.
We don't need to treat jack shit. Why do you guys get to have special treatment? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Honestly, you should not be like, why do you guys gotta get this special treatment crap shit, Respect is earned, not given, exactly. We don't need to respect you. I'm like, it's a medium. It's an entertainment thing. It's for entertainment purposes only. For you to be taking it that serious, for it to be a racial thing, you need to get off the internet.
And listen to their voices. We got Madam Savvy again with another savage response here. Says, or you can just shut the frick up and either enjoy the content or move on with your life. The entitlement is insane and no one else does this stuff. Make your own stuff if you're so upset with what someone else makes. But let me also remind you the context, even though you don't need the reminder. But the context to the OP is people offended at a leak meme, at an onion hair meme. That's what they're so mad about. She retweeted a meme of a guy with onion hair. Oh my gosh. And they're acting like it's an actual civil rights violation. Like, dude.
Oh, jeez.
Major mountain out of a molehill moment. Massive drama queens. Just massive self-report to being way too privileged in life that this is the stuff you whine about. And ultimately, now the damage control is full force. Really trying to spin this as Kay's fault. We got a lot of tweets like this going around. I'm just going to read a few of them because I think we all get the point here anyways. But for example, this post talks about someone who apparently got backlash for being one of the people going after Kei Arana, and they try and paint that person and the other people that were going after Kei Arana out as the victims.
Okay.
It reads, Arana really leaving her fans to deal with insane amounts of harassment just because she doesn't want to own up to her stuff and instead blocks random people. This all could have been avoided if she took accountability, and Nat does not deserve this. We got a bunch of top responses like this.
My lord.
Harasses a woman, wonders why people are mean to you online. You guys are not the smartest apples.
They really aren't.
And another one, we scroll, we can see another one right here. It says, lol, ain't no way you're trying to spin this on her. Make fun of Arana for blocking people. Private's account. This is Arana's fault. At this point, you choose to be a retard. Got another one, says, Artist Harasser Award, Professional Victim Award, Victim Blamer Award, Zero Awareness Award, and Accountability Expert Award. Here's one of my favorites. This was crazy. This was crazy levels of damage control. Bro tries to blame the entire anime community for what the Twitter police, what whiny leftists on social media did to Kei Arana. Says, I'm going to reiterate my point a few days ago. Kei Arana did nothing wrong here. That dance video wasn't racist at all. I can understand how someone might think so, but this should not have been as big of an issue as it became. The whole anime fandom got to hold this L. I like this so much, I actually went back on Twitter and made a tweet about this. You know, I don't tweet too often, but this was just so good. So like I said here, no, the harassment Kei Arana got was not from the whole anime fandom. That is crazy deflection. It's really funny how overt the double standards are from the hold people accountable crowd when they are the ones being held accountable. And then there's this account, which Madam Savvy points out has to be bait. That's what I lean towards too. I think this is a bait account, but nevertheless, so many people are talking about this account, and not just this tweet, but a number of tweets
What
from
is
this
this?
account. And it says, the artist should work her arts and let the fans do the rest. If the fans say that her characters are trans or gays, then it's the artist's works to make them the way the fans want.
What? What?
This one has to be bait. There just ain't no way. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning.
Holy lord, dude. That's freaking wild to see that, to be honest. Like I said, you know, these people are just crazy. They're like out of their damn minds. There's just some things that, like, honestly, you don't need to be like, for you to be for it to be like a race thing, right? They make all of this shit as a race thing or so. At the end of the day, you're probably the racist one. That's all I gotta say, you know? The whole video thing that she wanted to post or so, you know, because she thought it was a funny video. And then people are like saying, you know, there needs to be more black representation or so in a play that's in Japan. Number one, it's in Japan. What are the odds or so that there is black people in Japan who speak fluently Japanese, who knows how to act on a stage for a play? Now you're just like slimming down to the point that there's really like not that many people in general. And then people call them, you know, that they're doing blackface. It's like that JoJo guy who was cosplaying that one JoJo character, telling him that he was blackfacing, but he wasn't even doing that. Ah, go like One Punch Man. What do you mean, like One Punch Man? I was just talking about the JoJo cosplaying getting flack back or so when, you know, they calling him that he was fucking blackface or so because he was cosplaying that one JoJo character that literally made no sense whatsoever when the dude was just literally just and even then he's not even like black anyways. The guy was just fucking cosplaying a fucking character because that's how cosplayers are. You're supposed to cosplay the character to like represent like being actual like full on freaking like the character itself, you know? That's what makes no sense. So I hate the Western side. I really do. The Western society just makes me feel disgusted at them, to be honest. That's why I don't like the Western side society a lot more. I'd rather hang with my Hispanic homies and sisters instead of like hanging out with like a bunch of Westerners, to be honest. Like I swear, dude. Like I get it. I know there's not a lot of you guys that don't think this way, but man, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. It literally ruins it for everyone else. And it almost kind of makes me stigmatize all of them together in one group, but you can't blame me though because there's so much of these people that need to get bullied. Number one, they need to get bullied. I'm gonna be honest with you, they have not been bullied enough, to be frankly honest. Just find a Japanese with dark skin. We have those. Exactly. You guys have those. I know you for a fact you have those. But you just have to find actors as well who know how to play on stage, you know? At the end of the day. That's another thing too. So you can't just hire like, you know, just whatever dark skin, you know, Japanese person, you know, or a tan Japanese person. You have to basically like hire one or so that knows at least some level of like acting. But anyways, oh well, whatever. Like I said, I think this is pretty dumb in my personal opinion. I hate all of this. I just have this very like kind of gross outlook towards like the Western society to some degree. It just kind of like makes me like ew, what's wrong with you? Like straight up, what is actually wrong with you? But anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace. Hey Hazu.